Oh, I thought this was giving me a countdown. It's not. It's giving me a count up. I get it now. I get it. I get it. Lots of exciting things today, ladies and gentlemen, including mistakes that you should not try to make because only professionals can make them. Take that as a warning. What will we be talking about today? We have one person watching us. Yay! Woo! We're taking off big time. I see my name in the flashing marquee. Tisha, Tisha. It shows it with the eyeballs. I'm glad to see that. It means that they're watching us and they have eyeballs. They're watching us with the eyeballs. Tell us where you're from, Sherry. Hello from Wiley. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us today. We have What's New Wednesday, and we are having some fun here because I have some fun things to show you today. So I'm really excited to show you some stuff. Plus, I'm really excited because tomorrow I have a day date with my daughter. I'm so excited. This is Catherine. You all don't know her because she never comes in the store ever. But I do have another daughter. She's actually the older sister to Noelle. She's not a quilter or a sewer or a crafty kind of person. I shouldn't say that. She likes to do that diamond art where you're putting all those little rhinestones down on a pattern. She loves to do that and she's really good at it. She whips them out pretty quick. But we have a day date tomorrow. We're going to see Hamilton. I'm so excited. Have you seen Hamilton? Tell me if you have. Tell me if you've seen it. Hi, Lisa from Lucas and Libby. Hello. And her granny from Raleigh, North Carolina. Hi. Hello, hello. So, yeah, I'm super excited. And both my kids love Broadway shows or what, like live plays and symphonies and that, I don't know, what do you call it, theater. They both really, really love it. And they did a lot of it when they were in high school. And Noelle did quite a bit of it in college as well as a sideline, not part of her degree. She just joined different clubs that were always doing some kind of productions or whatever. So Nancy says Hamilton's really good. You'll enjoy. I'm so excited. Sherry, the Hamilton is going to be at the Windspear, and it was very interesting. Windspear in Dallas. It was interesting because they only have one show that's during the day besides a Saturday and Sunday, and I'm kind of cheap about tickets, mostly because I have everybody else who wants to go too. It just happened that I could get two together for this show at a price I was willing to pay. And that's why we're going and why we haven't gone before. Um, because if my husband and my other daughter want to go, my goodness, it can be like a $800 event. And that's a little rich for my blood. So yeah. Do you all relate to that at all? Because it gets expensive to do that. So when I saw Hamilton was coming, I looked up the dates, of course, to see what I'd be able to do. And also, Catherine works weekends and evenings. So it makes it a little bit tough for her to go see stuff like this. But when I saw they're only doing one show, I fell down. One show on a Thursday during the day, and that's one of her days off. She's off Tuesday and Thursday, and she's finished with school for this semester because she does classes at Collin College, and so she's finished with classes. And so the stars just aligned, and I could go do something with her. I don't get enough to do. I don't have enough stuff to do with her because she is working, and she's not a quilter or a sewer, and I have that in common with Noelle. So we will take off to go look at quilt shops. Well, you know how that goes. And so I really cherish when I have time I can spend with her. So yes, um, why does it say can't post comments to some destinations?
Oh, that's just Instagram. You can.
Oh, sorry. That's Instagram stuff. I don't need that. Okay. She says I can leave that. I just wanted to make sure everybody was being heard today. So, anyhow, I'm super excited about it. That's going to be tomorrow. So, I won't be here. And then Friday, I'll be back. And Saturday, maybe I'm doing demos on Saturday on a disappearing nine patch. Have you ever heard of that? Do you know how to do it? I'm going to be showing you how. Okay. It's going to be fun. So, what do we have going on this week at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store? I will tell you. First off, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell me you're here. I'm Tisha Copeland at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas. We're happy to have you. And summer has officially arrived because this, in my opinion, is the first hot day and humid day. Okay. Oh, I hate the humidity. Hate it. This morning, took a shower, just sweaty, getting out of the shower. I can't stand it. Hate it. I need to go somewhere cold. I need to live somewhere cold. But anyhow, welcome to the show. So this coming Friday and Thursday. No. Oh no, that's next week. Oh boy, I scared myself. Next week on Thursday, May 10th. No. Is that tomorrow? I'm not, something's wrong there because I'm not doing it on Thursday. So on May 10th, because I'm not going to be here. Okay, as we look that up, I'm teaching the Easy Does It bag. Okay, May 10th is a Friday. Thank you, Nancy. Man, I was sweating bullets for a second. I was like, no, 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 I don't have anything on Thursday at work because I'm going to see the show. Man, don't scare me like that. You know how I said I was hot a minute ago? I'm sweating now. Okay, so I have I'm teaching the Easy Does It bag on May 10th, which is this Friday. So if you haven't signed up for that class, you want to sign up for it. It's a fun little bag. It's a by Annie bag, and she has an interesting way of putting it together. Remember, this class is a skill building class so that you're learning to do more and more with her patterns. So it's the last class in a series of four for you to learn how to make her work with her products and make her patterns. And when you're finished with it, you should be ready to tackle some of her easier ones as you continue to build your skills. So next month in June, oh, can you believe it's June already? Next month in June, I will be starting the series over again, but in the evening for people who want to do evening classes. So we'll be doing evening classes in that. And then probably the next go round, we'll do it as Saturday classes. So this is coming up this Friday. Then on Saturday, we are teaching the Posh Sunflower class, working with the quick curve ruler. If you've never worked with it or you've kind of been intimidated by it, come and take the class because it will just show you easy how to do it. So you don't have to be intimidated by those patterns or by curves for that matter. They're not hard to do. You just have to learn how to do it, right? So come and take that. Then we have next Thursday a beginner quilting class. That's a good one during the day on a Thursday. And then on Saturday, the I Love Sewing spool class, we're doing that with the grid, with the 10 Sisters Easy Piecing grid, which is sewing all these little squares together and doing it easy peasy. So it's going to be a great one. And next Saturday's demo is 3 bindings with 1 ruler. You're going to learn how to make a 2-color binding, so it's 1 color on one side and a different color on the other side, how to do a binding with a flange, and how to do a 2-color binding with a flange. So 3 different kinds of bindings with 1 ruler. That's some exciting stuff to go on right there. If you live in the area and you want to Yeah. Okay. If you live in the area, we also have Quilters game night this month. So you want to register for that. It's a lot of fun. And then I would say a number of ladies leave here and go eat across the parking lot at Edmund's Burgers. They have all kinds of food there. It's like a little cafe. And oh my goodness, is it good? So that is really fun to do. And that is coming up on Thursday, May 23rd. So I hope you can join us for that. Here is somebody wanted to see the Posh Sunflower class. This is it. A quick curve ruler is used with this. It's the Posh Sunflower. I don't know if I can turn this around. Let me see. There it is hanging up on our wall. You see it right there? That's the hanging up one right there. So that's what you're learning how to do. Of course, you can have any color fabrics you want. You don't have to do it with the Posh, with those colors. You can do it in any color you want. I'm just repositioning my camera again. You can do it in any camera, any colors that you want. But yes, that's the Posh Sunflower class right there. And it is, Lisa, it is super cute. You're right. Marianne, hello from Kansas City. Thank you, thank you. And Cheryl, thank you. Hello. Sharon from East Tennessee. Boy, we have people from all over joining us. This is fun. This is fun. So, we have got some gorgeous new fabrics to show you. I mean, they are beautiful. I want to show them to you because you know what? They're Christmas. I'm excited to have Christmas in the house already. The first one I want to show you, this is Once Upon a Christmas by Sweetfire Road. Once Upon a Christmas is going to, hold on, I got to find this so you can get an idea of how big these pieces are, right? How big they are. So Once Upon a Christmas by Sweetfire Road. This is a very vintagey look to a Christmas. If you remember that the pinks and reds were kind of a thing in the 60s and 50s, it has that look, it has that vibe. So I'll quit talking about it and show it to you for goodness sakes. So this has three different colorways. It has a white colorway, a red colorway, and a pink colorway. And what that means, remember we talked about it before, it has the background of those colors. And so it is able to go a couple of different ways. Plus, they all blend with each other. So if you look over at this is one of the first ones. And look how cute those Christmas trees in the pink, red, and green. Look how cute they are. You can see how big a grouping you can get. Here is a 5-inch grouping right there. So you can see the size of about how big they are. Just very sweet. You have a little 3-inch opening grouping right there. So also very cute. It's a little bit too big for the 1-inch right here. But I love this. It is just so sweet and wholesome. And I love the little garland on these trees and the little ornaments. And then you have snowflakes back there in the background with a little tiny dot. See the green dot in the background? That's going to come back in just a minute. I'm going to show you something that's going to play off of that. Here is one in a pink colorway. Look how pretty that is. Are you getting the vibe now of why I said it's very vintagey? So you've got the pink colorway, and then here is the red colorway. And the red colorway plays with the pink and red, but it eliminated the green trees. So you don't have any green trees in this one. I'm going to move down just a little bit. You don't have any green trees in this one. You've got pink, and the only green you're seeing popping up in here is in the little garland. Oops, let me come over here. Is in the little garland right here. You can see a little bit of it. But you can really get the vintage vibe with these colors now that you've seen that. So I am only showing you a small sampling of the line, this is a really large line. We have it all online already, and you can purchase it. We also have pre-cuts for, oh no, this one we don't have pre-cuts yet, right? Not yet. The pre-cuts aren't here yet. But yes, we will be getting them. You can go online and see this already if you want to. Or, of course, stop in the store and see it. That's not a problem. And let me show you some of the other ones. Now, all the pre-cut, I mean, all the prints did not come in all the colors. Some of them came just in pink or just in red. So I'm going to show you what we've got right here. Here is, look at these pretty poinsettias. Look how pretty that is. So we've got the white colorway right there. You can see how big these poinsettias are by looking at the opening right there. How it's going, there we go. How it's going to fit. And you can kind of get an idea of the size of them right there. Again, a little bit too big for this one size, but you've got these really pretty groupings, the pink, red with the green. Again, little dots in the background. I'm going to show you why. Plus you have some fun little candies right here, fun little pine cones, little leaves right here, just little holly, mistletoe. I think those are mistletoe. So you've got that. And then we've got it in the pink colorway and in the green colorway. Are you getting that vintage vibe, or is it just me playing with it? Because I think it's really fun. And you know what? I'm not a huge red and green Christmas person. I really like to pull in different colors. And this just fits the bill for me, especially for maybe a more feminine take on Christmas. You know, you don't always have to have the bright green and bright uh, red on there. Yeah, Sherry says she totally sees the 50s vibe. Lisa says yes, also. Yeah, it's really, really cute. I think Sweetfire Road, the designer on this, really hit it out of the park. It's so pretty. And I do just love these little candies right there. So, along those same lines, let me show you. So, here's one of them that came in the white and the green. And these are little ornaments hanging on trees. You've got little bells, ornaments, little balls. You've got little Santas right there. And you've got the pink and red on this one, and then pink and red with a green background. So again, super cute. They all play so well together. And you know, you don't have to use all of them together at the same time. You can always put a solid in there for it to kind of take up some of that busyness. Here are some snowflakes we got in. I always love to see white snowflakes on a red background. And there are some white snowflakes on a green background. This one, I like this. You're getting a good size right there in the 3 inch. So you're seeing quite a few of them. Plus, if you do 1 inch, you can get some of those little ones, but you have different sizes. So that's a bigger one, and you can see it takes up the whole 1 inch size. So super cute in the red and green. And if you go online and look, you might see where there were some other colors that I didn't show because I didn't pull all of them out. I just pulled some of them out. Here is a really pretty pink background. You know what this makes me think of? An apron, a little Christmas apron. Oh, and give it to somebody, a little apron wrapped up with a cookie cutter and maybe a wooden spoon or something. How cute is that? I'm going to go make those. That sounds so cute. So the little holly berries right there with the pink background and then with the green background. Love those two right there. I haven't shown you some of my favorites. So here are some really pretty blenders. And remember, I said, remember the dots because you're going to see the dots. So here's where these little dots fill in. I think that is so much fun. And I love little scattered dots. I'm not a big person, for me, to have organized dots like where you have them exactly spaced out all together, in a pattern. I like them where they're a little more random and just all over. So you've got these different dots right here. You've got the pink background with the red and white dots, the green background with the white and green dots, and then the white background with red and green. So I think these are really fun. I don't think these two necessarily scream Christmas. I think they're just fun background dots, these two. This does have a little bit more of a Christmas vibe to it, but really cute. I love how it just all ties together. I know, Sherry, I love this fabric line also. I think it's just fun. And then I'm always on a scout for a good binding. And what says Christmas more appropriately? Look at that, a candy cane binding. I love it. It is so cute. A binding on a quilt or any kind of trim with the stripe, and it's already a diagonal stripe, so you don't even have to cut it on the bias. How cute is that? So you've got the green and red binding on the white background, and pink and white binding on a red background. I love these. So cute. I'm ready to just get all of those and start playing Christmas, start decorating for Christmas and making something. So, this is the first line that came in. This is Once Upon a Christmas by Sweet Fire Road. Love, love, love this line. We don't have the pre-cuts in yet, but we will be getting them hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Sometimes we don't get them all at the same time. And remember, some companies don't even do pre-cuts. So it just kind of depends. Um, but we will be getting some on this. They are just so precious and so cute, especially ones like I showed you a minute ago. Let me pick all these up. The gorgeous little Christmas trees like this. Oh my gosh, that is just cute, cute, cute. And then, of course, the big florals like this, I think are so pretty. Oh, not that one. My hand missed it. I wasn't looking. The big florals. So pretty. So, are you ready to see the next one? You want to see the next Christmas line? Yes. I'm excited to show it to you too. And there goes the hair. I got to put it up because I'm hot, hot, hot. And there goes Miss Debbie. She's cleaning up my mess. She's doing awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. This line is called Winterly by Robin Pickens. And you all know I have love for Robin Pickens. She does the most beautiful prints and colors, and just like everything she does is gorgeously yummy. And this new line called Winterly, of course, in normal Robin Pickens style, is gorgeous. Look at these amaryllis flowers on a black background. I love this. I think it screams Christmas also, but in not such a traditional sense, because these aren't poinsettias, they're amaryllis. I love to have all my amaryllises blooming around the house at Christmas time. I've had them for years, and my husband just noticed that I had them. He was like, "Oh, is that where they come from?" He didn't realize I buy the bulbs and then I set them out. I don't know what he was thinking. So, anyhow, look how pretty. So, that's the black background. Here is the white background. How gorgeous are these two together? Look at this. And I love a black Christmas fabric. I think this just lends its way to a sense of elegance. It is just really, really pretty with that sense of elegance because it's got the black background and the red just pops off of it. You've got some eucalyptus leaves back here and then some berries. You've got some of the berries right there in, red, green. You've got these little dots. Again, remember those dots. And then I love the streaks of pink on the amaryllis and the little stamen that are green right there. So this is just a very pretty line, very elegant. And I will give you a hint on this. If you like to do Laura Heine collage quilts and you're thinking you might want to do a Christmas one, you want to nab yourself some of this fabric right here because it is hard to find red flowers for Christmas. It's really hard to find them. And a lot of times they lend too pink. Like this one might be a little, no, this one might be a little too pink right here. But you've got these right here that are really nice and red. So it makes it a little bit hard to find those. This is Winterly by Robin Pickens. And I do have some more to show you, plus one favorite thing out of it also. So let me see. I got to find. And it might get noisy in just a minute because they've decided to start jackhammering or doing something out here. Here is another black background right here. And look at this. Wow. The trees right here, black background, little cardinals. You can see the little cardinals right there. Green trees, red trees. The different shades of green just make it gorgeous. And look at it right here. That's the black background. Look at this with the green background. So it does not look like a traditional Christmas. If you like to get out of traditional Christmas, this is a beautiful line to do that because you still have the traditional colors of red and green, but you threw in some black for that little bit of elegance in there. And the pattern itself, the design on the fabric, is a little more modern. It is not the traditional little Christmas balls or mistletoe or just snowflakes. I'm going to show you something with snowflakes. This is a little more modern, very elegant looking. Then you have your black background with the eucalyptus leaves and some other little foliage right there with some little berries on the vine. You've got it in the black, white, and green. Look how pretty those look together. Black, white, and green. Aren't they yummy? So pretty. And to give you an idea of this one, you can see, oops, right there about how big it is, a scale. And here's one. You can see that also. That's in the 3-inch size right there. The 5-inch, you're going to get a lot of it in there. The same with these right here. You're going to, I'll do the black one right here. You've got a lot of scale going on right here. Not scale. You've got a lot of images going on right there. So you're not going to cut up a whole lot and lose it. This right here, the 3-inch, you're still going to get all the colors in there. Maybe not as defined as you might want. You might have to do a little bit of fussy cutting if you want to go a little more defined in there. You can do that. These amaryllis are going to be really big, so you can see them, how big they are. Look, that gorgeous 5-inch size right there. Really nice and big. Can you see it? And, ooh, I love these. I love them. Look at that. And then the 3-inch you can see is going to get a little bit smaller. You're going to get a little bit less of the flower, like that fills up the whole image. And then your 1-inch, the only thing you're going to be able to get in that are these little berries right there. You're not going to be able to see anything else that's going to make a difference. But on this one, let me move these back out of the way. Doop, 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 doop. So I've got this one right here with the black, white background, green background. And then we change over again. We have a cute line that has little birds in it, the little doves flying around with these fun little Christmas ribbons. Look how cute that is. And snowflakes. So super cute. Plus, look at the selvages. I love the selvages. Remember, I told y'all last week I put them in my projects. I do love those selvages. So you've got the little birds right there flying around. Snowflakes, beautiful little ribbons. Then again, I love this line with the black. I love it. It makes those birds stand out so much. Look how beautiful that looks. And with the white, look at that. Oops, let's turn the birds this way. Look at that. And I know sometimes people get scared using this blue or turquoise, this light blue, aqua, and the light green in their quilts for Christmas because sometimes people feel like that's not a Christmas color. But when you tie it in to other things like this, look how gorgeous that blends together. And remember, this is a very modern and elegant design. It's not a traditional Christmas. Just with the colors alone, it stands out as more modern and elegant. This is still going to work beautifully with all of this. You've still got those colors going on everywhere in the line. Even if you're looking at it right here with this green, you can see that these colors right here are going to work with this little blue and turquoise. But still, it's not overwhelming that you go, oh my gosh, why did they do that for Christmas? It's not like a turquoise quilt. It still has the red and green with the beautiful black, and it's pulling in a little bit more variety in the blues and greens. Remember I said, remember the dots? Remember the dots. Green dots. Now this is her, is it dotted thatched? I think is what she calls, yeah, dotted thatched line. This is one of Robin Pickens blender lines, but these colors came out specifically for her line Winterly. So it may or may not get picked up as a basic by Moda, but we have it available right now to go with this line. You've got the green, red, and then the dark green. Look how beautiful those are. Really, really like it. I love how they all play together. Plus, they play really well because you've got the little background dots on these prints. See them all right here, all these little background dots. So they tie in. They remind you that they all work together. You can see some of these little dots here too. See all those little green dots? Look how cute that looks. Look how sweet it is. Or you can go a lighter color or the darker one or much darker because they all play so cute. I know. Nancy, I love this one. It's called Dotted Thatched is what it is. And this is a binding. I'm in love with this binding. Well, you don't have to use it as a binding. It's the first thing I thought of to use, but you don't have to use it as a binding if you don't want to. You can just leave it as is. Look at that. How fun is that? Especially doing it on a diagonal. I think that would be so cute as a binding or a trim. And then if you're feeling really saucy about something, not like a bad saucy like, I know what I'm going to do, saucy. Yes, you are going to fussy cut these stripes right here and use it as a binding like that, where you get one design on one side and one design on the other, kind of like an art gallery binding fabric. Look at that. Look at that. I love this piece right here. Do you agree? Are you liking that? Yes. Lisa says, yes, please. Yes, I know. I'm the same way. Yes, please is right. Yes, please is so right. I know. Okay, last thing I want to show you right here. Well, last thing of fabric, because then I'm going to show you her pattern that goes with this and a kit that goes with this that we have kitted up, ready to go. All of this line Winterly also has all the pre-cuts. We have them all in store already. I didn't bring them all up here, but we have the pre-cuts. This is the 5-inch charm pack, and you can see it does have a little bit of all the fabrics that are in there. Okay, so really pretty. Okay, look at this panel. Oh my gosh, I love it. So I'm going to, it's too big for me to hold. I'm going to come up close to the camera so you can see it. Look at those Christmas trees, that little forest of trees with little cardinals. That's kind of the edge of the quilt, edge of the fabric. See, it's at the bottom and at the top, and this is your selvage right here. So you've got the selvage right there. Then look at the individual little panels, cardinals, your little dove, turtle dove. I love that. My favorites. I love poinsettias, but I do love me those amaryllis. Look at that with jingle bells and little birds in there. You've got a cardinal right there. Peace holding a pretty little ribbon. I just think this is a beautiful, gorgeous, just a gorgeous panel. The panel, we have kits with it. We'll be doing kits with it, or you can just use them individually. Or if you have your own pattern that you really like that you want to use it individually for, you can do that. You don't have to do it the way we're doing it. So this is one of the patterns right here. And I'm going to take it out so the glare's not so hard to look at. This is one of the patterns right here. And the one that they did with the panel is this one. Can you kind of see it right there? It looks like it's trying to be blurry. I can't tell if it is or not. It might just be my glasses. No. Anyhow, this has yardage in the middle right there, cuts of yardage. This has cuts of panels. How pretty is that? So this is going to be kitted. If it is not already, I think it will be. We haven't done it yet, maybe. We will be making a kit of those. This is called Courtyard Lattice. You can see it right there. I think it just shows off her work so, so pretty. And I do love how there's space right here for the different panel pieces. I like her light version and dark version. I think it's just gorgeous. And we also have one, and this is kitted already. This is called Noble Fur. You can kind of see. You have strips right here because it's used with a jelly roll. So you have strips right there making Christmas trees. Look how pretty that is. Almost like a jelly roll race. Not quite, almost like a jelly roll race. And you have your, you have a star right there and half a star right here with some streaks right there. It's a star, what do you call it? Comet. That's what it is. So, so pretty. This is called Noble Fur. You're going to do it with a jelly roll, so you already have the strips in there. We include everything you need to make a quilt and this one, it doesn't say what size it is on the front of this pattern. And we also give you the binding on it. So you don't have to go running around for the binding. You just have to buy your backing. I always suggest you buy your backing if you want it to match at the same time. Sometimes I buy it at the same time. It depends what I'm working on. If I want it to all match, then yes, I will buy it at the same time. Other times I let it go and just wait. But most of the time I buy it at the same time. This is Noble Fur. Again, it's using Winterly, which is the newest line by Robin Pickens for Moda. So I love this one. I hope you all love it as much as I do, because I am finding it pretty fantastic. And this is the kit, Noble Fur kit. Okay, what else can I show you today? I am going to show you what my demo was this past weekend for collage quilting. I guess I should come back to the camera for collage quilting. It's a quick little demo, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. The last thing I want to show you, remember the bags a couple of weeks ago that I was working on? Remember this? Book Club by Sally Tomato. And this was the first box. Actually, it says the second box because the first one comes with supplies. This is the second box right here. So I finished all the blocks, all the bags, not blocks, and I'm super excited about it. I want to tell you, she gives you everything you need to make the project in the box. In this case, 3 bags. Gives you everything and plenty of it. So you're not going to run out of fabric trying to make these. And if you miscut something, you still have enough to do it again. Look how great these came out. So this is the largest one. Remember I showed that. Let me see if I can switch to the different camera. So this is the largest one that I did right here. I guess I could zip that shut. There we go. And her instructions include the tassel, telling you how to do the tassel. I love how it looks like leather, but it's leather. I just love the whole look of this. This is the second one. Love this one. It's got that texture going on right here. You see that texture? I love that. So pretty. And then the small one right here, you also have a little bit of texture with that. I don't know if you can see it. You also have a little bit of texture with that one. And I just love her directions. They were very good, very clear. I do suggest maybe taking a class if you've never done hers. If you want to learn how to do these, the class will be in August that we're going to start this, and you can come and take the class to do it. One of the things I want to tell you not to do, let me show you closely. Can you figure out what I goofed on? Like I said, this is for professionals only. Don't attempt this at home. You might get hurt. But if you're a professional like I am, quilting, then you would know when you start drawing a line that you need to stitch on, not to grab your Bic, ballpoint, blue ink pen, because that's exactly what I did when I drew this line right here. And not only, can you see it? Can you see that line? Not only did I do it on the front, I repeated my mistake on the back. Isn't that great? Thankfully, it doesn't show off as blue. It looks black. But oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I just grabbed a pen and drew it. That was because I had already tried to do it with white chalk. It didn't work. I tried using my Hera marker, which y'all know I love my Hera marker. It didn't work. I tried using a disappearing ink. It didn't work. And then I was like, oh, here's one. And I grabbed it thinking it was a wax. And I went halfway when I realized my mistake. And you know what I say? If you're going to make a mistake, you got to go all the way and do it. You have to commit to the mistake, right? So I went ahead and went all the way down. Well, I couldn't just have it on the front and not the back. So I had to do it on the back. And hopefully it blends in well enough that you don't notice it. So one of the things I think I might do is go back over on these other lines right here. I don't know. I haven't decided. You don't see it as much when you're standing looking at it. Like, see right there, you really don't see it. You can see the stitching lines, but you don't see it that much. But just so that you know, yes, we make mistakes too. We sure do. So let me show you. Okay, let's talk about a collage quilt. But let me pick up all this stuff I just dropped. And no, it's okay. I'm knocking stuff everywhere. Not to worry. So, see, I told you the hair had to go up already because it is so humid right now. I hate it. No, it's okay. You're fine. I'm just making it. Thank you. Debbie has to keep me in line. Remember last week she left me on my own and it was different? Yeah, I remember. Anyhow, collage quilting, like collage art, is getting different elements and putting them all together to create a design. So you might do collage paper or paper collage, maybe photo collages, fabric collage, anything like that. We carry Laura Heine, and yes, that's how she says her name. We carry Laura Heine collage patterns in the store, and we have some really pretty ones. We have some big ones, medium size, and small ones, which are called whatevers. And the whatevers are about this big right here. It finishes it at 8-inch block, so it's a little bit smaller, but we have these in the store as well. So last weekend I was doing demos on collage, and I tried to do the same demo for my Wednesdays so that you can see what we're going to be doing. So looking at some of the different patterns right here, I brought two of them out. This one has 3 medium size. They're not really big. They're all going to finish at about 16 by 20 inch size right there. So that is this line right here. I mean, not line, this fabric, this pattern. You're going to have 3 different patterns in it. And then one of the larger ones, this is a 19 by 34, her beautiful parrot called Pippin. You can kind of see it a little bit right there. Her pretty one at 19 by 34 inches right there. So really pretty. So let me show you. When you are, let me see. Hold on, I'm coming. Just have to grab that stuff right there. So when you are working with collage, you have to have some basic tools. One of them is the pattern. You have to have that to work. You have to have your fabrics, and you want different sizes of fabrics and different sizes of motif on there. You don't want it all to be big like this. You want some that are big, medium, and what I would call small. Okay, even though it's not very small, you want small. And like this is another small one. You don't want to go smaller than that unless you're using it as a background. Like this is too small to cut up. So you don't want to go that small unless you're using it for a background. Okay, so you want different colors of motifs. The next thing you have to have is what's called patternese. And patternese is a fiber like this, and it is used to trace patterns on. I use it when I'm doing clothing. I take off my tissue, my pattern from the tissue, and I trace the tissue pattern onto this, because this I can fold and crumple and iron it flat again. It doesn't tear, so I can pin it as much as I want without tearing the tissues for clothing, and you can cut through it. It's really nice to work with. I didn't know it existed till I started doing collages, and I find that I use it quite often. So this is called Pattern Ease. We use this. You have to have it, and then you have to have the uh, light steamosine too. That's really important. Hold on, I need to grab one. This is light steamosine 2. You have to use this. You cannot use another one. You cannot use Heat and Bond or Wonder Under or anything else like that. This is because it's a double-sided adhesive and it stays tacky until you iron it down. What I mean is that you can still put it down. If you don't like where it is, you can reposition it, or you can hide something underneath it. You want to use this for sure. So this is light steamosine 2. I did a little experiment with the light steamosine 2 and the regular steamosine 2. I didn't think it made that much of a difference. And I also did an experiment of ironing it with just a dry iron or steaming it the devil out of it. And I didn't think it made that much of a difference either. So I'm going to tell you to use this because it is the best. And this is also what she says to use, what Laura Heine says to use. And you will understand as you start working on this. And then the last thing you're going to use are the, what did I do with my, oh, here they are. Karen K. Buckley scissors. This is just a must when you're cutting out a whole lot of different designs. They have a serrated edge on them, so they are perfect for any kind of cutting for applique. Plus, they have rubber handles on it, so they're more comfortable for your hands, especially if you have any little arthritis going on certain days like I do. So, yeah, these are just imperative. They're going to let you get into little tiny, finely cut areas. So, what do you do first? When you're working on one of her patterns, you're going to trace that pattern to your to your pattern ease. So this is a pattern that we had that I was, not a pattern I was giving out. And well, I mean, it was a pattern. It's got two 12-inch patterns right here that are Texas and a heart. And this QR code is going to allow you to download the pattern. I might see if we can find a way to put it on the comments over here in just a minute, okay? So, what you're going to do when you have one of her patterns is you're just going to download it. I mean, not download it, trace it right here with a pencil. And you want to use a pencil. You don't have to go real light. You don't have to barely make a trace. In other words, you don't have to sit here and go like this where it's hardly anything there. See where I drew it? You can't even see it. You can have a firm line. Okay, you see it right there. You can have a firm line. What you don't want to do is use a Sharpie. And in some of her older patterns, she says to use a Sharpie. You don't want to do that because sometimes you can see the Sharpie through the fabric. Okay. After you have drawn your pattern out right there, the next thing you want to do is get your light steamicing 2. And hold on, I got to find my piece of paper that I had right here somewhere. I put it away because it fell down. Okay, hold on. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so you're going to use light steamicing 2. And the cool thing about this one is that both sides of the, oh, thank you. Both sides of the paper, of the adhesive, comes with a paper backing. Now, it doesn't matter which side you're using of the paper backing, of the adhesive, you can use either side. And I say that because sometimes the side that has the grid printed, can you see the little grid? Sometimes that's the one that peels back. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's the other side. Okay, see? Right there. The sticky stayed on the grid side, and the other side that has nothing on it is the one that peeled back. Sometimes it's the other way. It doesn't matter how you do it. You're just going to open it up and put it down like that. You're going to lay your fabric out in blocks. You're not going to lay it out individually. I'm not going to cut out my little block and put it here. I'm going to lay my fabric out in different blocks and different motifs. And you don't need to have big pieces of fabric. You can actually have lots of little scraps and bits and pieces, as you can see right here with all of these that I have. Sometimes we teach a class here and somebody might be throwing away something like this. Look at that. And I will grab it. Look, you can see where it was cut out of something else. And I'll grab it. I go, can I have your leftover if you're throwing it away? And they're like, oh, yeah. So there I am dumpster diving in the classroom. But you can get little pieces like this. And that gives you plenty to work with because you want a lot of different variety in your pieces. Once you have gotten this all lined up, you are going to use your applique pressing sheet. I forgot to say that you need this. You're going to get your applique pressing sheet, okay? and you're going to iron your fabric onto the adhesive. You're going to set it with a hot iron. What that's going to do is transfer this adhesive, hear it, to the back of this fabric so that you can start cutting. So you're going to transfer it to the fabric right there. The instructions say you can use this paper instead of a applique pressing sheet. However, I have found that this leaves something on my sewing machine, not sewing machine, my iron, and I don't like it. It leaves some kind of residue on it, so I don't like it. So I use the applique pressing sheet. Once I have done that, I'm ready to start cutting out my pieces. And to cut out my pieces, that's when I'm going to use my scissors. Oh my goodness, I can't find my stuff. So I'm going to use my scissors, and you can see that I have already started cutting this one because I had different pieces of fabric lined up, right? And I can start cutting these out. Now, when I cut them out, I'm not being really careful to get into every little nook and cranny like this. I'm not just really working too hard to say, oh, it has to be perfect all the way around there. When I have something that has a lot of ridges in it, I go like this. Okay. I might follow the general outline of it, but you see how I'm just moving my scissors back and forth, and then I go like this, and I'm just adding a little bit of movement to my scissors, and I'm going to get the design I like. What you don't want to do is cut just around the design like this, okay? Because you want it to blend in. You don't want to do that. There's nothing natural looking about that. And you're going to be able to spot it immediately when you have it on your art piece, on your collage. So you're just going to travel all the way around the edge. The next thing you're going to do is peel off this backing. Okay. And if it doesn't peel off, you can always get a pin to score it. Peel it off. The tacky transferred over here to this side. So now when you stick it down onto your fabric, your pattern ease, it's not going to fall off. See, it doesn't fall off. It stays on there. So you are going to start building your design on the pattern. You're going to start building your pattern on the pattern ease. That's where it's going to be. You're not working on your background. You're working directly on this. When you have just a portion of a design like this, that's okay. It's still totally usable. If you look, hold on. I have my box of goodies right here. These are all things that I have cut out in the past, and I keep them so that when I feel like I want to work on a collage or something, I can grab stuff that's already cut. And as I'm working, I might sort them out in colors. You can see this one had some little tiny flowers. So I made a grouping and cut them all out at the same time rather than individually. You can see this one is really big. I won't cut this down smaller until I'm ready to use it because I don't know if I really wanted to use it that big or if I want to go smaller. So I leave it in that size for the time being. So you can see all these different pieces. As I was saying, if you only have a portion of something, it doesn't matter because you can still disguise it to make it look like it was a full design. So if I have this right here, you can see where this was cut just there, but I can take this and put this right there over it, and you don't notice that it was cut. I can take it and continue to fill it up just like that. And I might want to overlap something else. Oh, here's another one. See, I've got some rough edges right here and a straight piece, but it doesn't matter because I can use it. Actually, I think I'd put it down here. And then I can continue to build my pieces with what I have, even though I had one straight edge right there. You can see how easily that worked. So that being said, when I have a piece like this, this came off that paper right there. Sometimes if it keeps coming off your paper, just iron it again with the hot iron. Just iron it once and it'll re-stick. So sometimes when I have a piece like this, and well, not necessarily a piece like that, when I have a leftover piece like this, you can see where I cut something out of the middle right there. It was a bigger piece like this, and I came in and cut something out of the middle. This is still usable because again, I can take it and put it just behind there like so, and now you can't tell that it has a whole center cut out, right? Same thing right here, has some straight edges on there. You see how I'm just kind of hiding these things? I can take them and hide them, position them to hide them where the straight edges are, and continue to build, and you don't notice it. So once you have gotten all your pieces on your pattern and you like the way it is, you're going to now heat set it all so that it stays set everything. And then you're going to come in and you're going to cut your whole pattern out. So when you cut the whole pattern out, you're going to take that whole pattern and you are going to add a bead of glue with our fabric fuse glue. And I didn't bring it over here, I apologize. Fabric fuse glue. You're going to add a little line of glue all the way around your pattern, and then you're going to glue it onto the background. Your background, I always say wait until you have finished your piece so you can decide what you want to use as your background. Sometimes we think how we want to use it, and we know we want, for instance, I don't know, a blue background, and you put your art piece up and it doesn't look good with that blue background that you had planned. So be flexible with yourself. I don't usually buy my background. Thank you, Debbie. I don't usually buy my background until I have held up my piece to see what I like. This is the glue I was talking about. It's called Fabric Fuse right there. I tell you what, I can't tell if the screen is blurry or my eyes are blurry. Okay, so this is Fabric Fuse right here, and this is what you use to glue it down all around the edges. So you can see this is the famous bee that we have right here. You know, we need to make a camera so that you can move the camera around and I know. So this is the bee right here that was done like that. This has, so when I worked on it with the pattern ease, and then I came in and cut the whole thing out, right? And glued it to my background. That was not the background I wanted. The, what do you call that? Ombre. Look, it was not what I had originally chosen. I had found a honeycomb background. And when I put my bee on it, it was just like, I mean, it was pretty, but it wasn't gorgeous in my opinion. So I love this one. I got to finish it. And I say that because I've been working on it for 5 years. It's at the point where it needs to get quilted, but I need to custom quilt it. And I never have time. And custom quilting takes a couple of days, and I never have a couple of days free, number one. Number two, the long arm is never free for a couple of days. So one day it will get finished. And then I have the Santa over here, which you can see a little bit more right there, and the bunny. And there's Debbie. Say hi, Debbie. So there's the Santa right there, and then the bunny farther over. Those are all collage, and those are all done with doing it on the pattern ease, cutting it out and gluing it on the background. Then I have one down here, which you can see, that's my cardinal. That's not one of her patterns, that is one of my patterns. But yeah, that was done the same way. Build a cardinal on the pattern ease, and then cut it out and glue it to your background. And the other one I'm working on, because I'm always taking classes myself, this is one that I took with our guest teacher that came in from, was it Ghana? Nigeria. Yes, Lagos, Nigeria. This is the class that I took. I haven't finished it, but I have been working on that also. And it's a collage. Now, he doesn't work on the pattern ease and then transfer it. He works directly on a piece of muslin and then cuts it out. and transfers it. So one day I'm going to finish it. I was thinking about it last night and I was thinking I just need to sit down and finish that. But, it's not one of those things you do really quickly. So it's taking me a while to get it done. But it's all done the same way. I will cut that out and I will glue it to a background or transfer it somehow to a background so that I can go ahead and quilt it. So that was our demo for this past weekend. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see again kind of how to get prepped and ready for this, I do have a YouTube tutorial out there. And the YouTube tutorial, tired of talking. The YouTube tutorial shows you everything I just showed you right now, a little more detailed on there for you. And you can find that. Go to my YouTube channel and look up Laura Heine, Get Ready for Class, and it'll show you everything you need to know to get ready. Let me think. I showed you that. I am teaching a class coming up in June 13th and 14th on the collage. So if you're interested in taking a class, we do have a 2-day class coming up and I will be teaching that one, and it's fun. And I love to see how everybody's projects come out because they can all be working on the same pattern and they all look so very different because it's up to artist interpretation, right? But you don't have to work on the same pattern. Everybody can bring in their own pattern if they want to. So I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you for watching. I kept you a little bit over. That's why I said, I'm tired of talking because I kept you over. I'm glad you joined us today. Next week might be a question because I am going to be out of town next week. So we'll see what's going on with that. But if we don't see you next, we'll see you the following week on Wednesday at 1 o'clock for What's New Wednesday. This is Tisha Copeland at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store in Plano, Texas. If you live in the area, come on by and see us. If you don't, hop online and check out our website. Everything we carry in the store is on the website, and we would love to send you something. So, talk to you later. Bye-bye.